Hey,
Hey, we're back again
back.
for another episode of Pink Text Chat where we talk about everything. We
Yes.
spill the tea. We talk about, dating, relationships, finances,
Wanting
adulthood, doing too much sometimes.
sometimes
We should sprinkle all of that. All of that. Yeah.
all
So
of
how are
that.
you?
I'm good. I am good. I won't complain. I'm feeling very productive today. I've been getting things done. I've been having some meetings and now we're recording, so I'm here for it. I'm
Yes.
good. How about you?
I'm good. I
Okay.
mean, it's like an interesting climate we're in right now.
Yeah.
It's like the political anxiety, tensions in the air.
Yes.
It's just a little bit of that going on. So being very mindful of my surroundings.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
keeping an eye on that. So
Me
that's where
too.
I'm like that's where I'm
Yeah.
at.
I'm trying not to be out too much today. I
Yeah.
do have a few things I need to like do later, but just be, like you said, mindful and careful.
Yeah.
So, take care of yourself, give yourself a little bit extra love today.
hmm
Just take it easy and yeah, keep
I'm
your
staying
eyes
local.
open. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Local. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think that's good. Good advice too.
Yes. Yes.
Like you just never know. Like the world right now is just so
Right. I feel like a lot of us, especially those of us in like our 30s, those of us who are, Gen Z, and then also like our grandparents. This is a really interesting time, you know what I mean?
oh very,
Um,
very.
so it's very like where are things going? What's it gonna be like? You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
speaking on this, like reproductive health is like it's kind of like it's up there. And us, we have less rights than our mothers and our grandparents, and that's just a really hmm, speaks volumes
It
for
does.
us. So that's what I'm
It
saying. Like
does.
right now, it's just an interesting time to just navigate that.
It
You know,
is. This is a
it's
very
not the whole
interesting time to
election.
be alive. It's
Yeah,
a very interesting time to just be out here living. um,
yeah. It's
it
it's
really is.
it's yeah. It
It is.
is. It's not the whole election, no, but it's like the point of
It's
like, ooh,
everything. It's
yeah,
everything.
everything.
It's
Yeah.
it's the housing market, it's
hmm
healthcare system, it's education
It's
system,
mental health,
it's
mental
mental
health
health,
support,
it's
like all of that.
politics, it's everything.
It's a real honest like domino effect, and it's just many things going
Let's
on, and
not
I'm
forget like the workforce. It's yeah, everything.
yeah,
It's the food industry. It's everything. It's just
these prices just going up and up and up and up and up and up and up on everything: food, housing,
yeah,
breathing. I
right,
love that for us. Right? So
right. So speaking of that, because life is definitely giving in
mm,
ways we
very
don't
much
want
so,
it to give. It's
very much.
given. We want life to not give as much. We want it to
Mm,
bring it down, but it's still very much giving.
it is.
But with that kind of said, like how do we keep going? And what I mean by keep going is like be optimistic and like looking forward into the future. Like right now, we're in November. The year is soon over. It's a wrap. So
Mm-hmm.
it's like people start thinking about, okay, what am I doing next? What about next year? We start talking about like new year resolution and things like that. So I thought like we can kind of touch on that a little bit more because of everything
Yeah,
we just talked about, like things not feeling good or not looking great.
it's
How
not
do
so hot
we
out here.
no, but how do we like persevere and keep going and maybe take the reins of things that we can control within our individual lives? You know what I mean? Like we can't control what's going on out there. We can't control
Mm-hmm.
those things, but we do have some level of control over like our everyday lives and what we do.
Mm-hmm.
So,
I saw
yeah.
something and it said like everything you do, and it's hard to like process this, but everything you do is a choice. That
Indeed.
job you don't like, you stay, choice. That relationship you're not happy how it's going, choice.
It is.
That income that you're earning, if it's low, if it's not good, choice.
I don't know.
Do
That
you
was
need to?
sticky. That one's
Well,
sticky. That one's a
I
little
don't
bit
mean
sticky.
like the income. I mean like, let's say you're passionate about something else, and you
Yes.
have you have your primary income that pays the bills.
Mm-hmm.
What are you doing that brings you joy and make an
Right.
income out of that?
Right.
You
So
know, you
having
have to
like
have something.
multiple
Yes, streams,
streams. I don't know how we would sign that,
streams.
but like streams
Wait,
or
I just signed
streams
wait, but streams,
of
streams.
income. So not
Yes,
limiting yourself, I think is what you're really saying. Like not limiting yourself to
yes.
just your day job and not limiting yourself to just what you do at work, but other things you could do, tap into,
For
try, take advantage
yourself,
of. Yeah,
for yourself.
I agree.
You know, and
I
I
agree.
think often we, as individuals, we check ourselves in one box. Like we just
We
check that
do.
box.
We limit
And
ourselves
yeah,
big time.
just that one check. But there's other things, like you just said, you can tap into, you can check off. You can. And we don't. And I think myself too, I do this to myself. I didn't check off that box. Now I'm stuck. And I'm like, oh, okay,
Yeah.
how do I move forward? How do I move forward? I'm just like, I'm
Mm-hmm.
stuck. I don't
Mm-hmm.
like the stuck feeling.
But
It's
I love that you said it's a feeling. And it
it's a
is. It is
feeling.
a feeling. It is not necessarily your reality. It's not. It
Mm,
can very much feel like it.
it does.
But I've been having a lot of conversations lately about like fact and feeling. So that's why I'm like emphasizing this. How we feel does not like mean or equal reality. You can
Hmm.
feel stuff, but I promise you, you're probably not. You just probably haven't thought about other options, alternatives. You may just be kind of stuck in this one track mindset where you're like not realizing you have all these other avenues that you could maybe try, explore, tap into. So I just wanted to like emphasize, even when you feel stuck, baby, you probably not. You probably not.
You're
And
not
sometimes it just means you need to like talk with someone else. Sometimes someone else can look at your situation and be like, have you thought about this? And you're probably
like,
like,
girl, listen up. Like, listen up.
yeah.
I
Because
think
I
for me
definitely
too.
have been in that situation where I felt like stuck
For
or
me
I felt
too.
like I don't see the light at the end of the
It's like
tunnel.
here. It's like here. It's like
And
what?
then someone else I sat with was like, boom, boom, boom. And I was like, like,
Right? You know?
yeah, yeah.
And I think we've mentioned this before, and even though we've mentioned it before, you still can see things, and you're like
Mhm.
oblivious to it.
Mhm. Yeah.
And like for me, I'm hard on myself. I'm so hard on myself. I'm probably my own bully. I will like beat
Mhm.
myself up and tear
Mhm.
myself down and just like and but I'm like, is it too late for me to start over? Is it
Never.
too late for me to try again? And we've
Never.
mentioned this before. We had a classmate that was in her 50s starting over again, and you know what? She did that.
She did that. She
She
did
did
that.
that.
She graduated. She walked. She got her degree. She
And
did it.
she did that.
She did. She
So
learned
I
a new
think
language in her 50s.
okay,
And like statistics and studies show that's really hard to learn, another or
something
new
new.
language when you're older. Like I think
Yes,
after 18, it becomes like,
because you don't absorb
yeah, like
same mind.
exponentially harder to
Hmm.
retain. So, and
Right.
I think that's a beautiful example of how it's never too late. You can
Hmm.
always start over. You can always start from scratch. You can always throw away that plan, pivot, do something else. I do it all the time. I feel like that is like the overarching theme in my life. And I don't see that as a bad thing. I see that as a superpower, kind of, because it means
Yeah.
I don't get stuck. It means even when things are not like going how I planned, or it's not going how I thought it would, or whatever, I never feel like I gotta stay with that. I always
Hmm.
like subconsciously know if I don't like it, I'm not gonna keep it. I'm not gonna keep doing that. I'm gonna change it. I'm whatever it is I don't like, I'm gonna change
Yeah.
it. I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do
And
whatever
that's
I gotta
so
do.
hard. That's so hard to do.
It is.
But I'm like, I'm telling myself now, like in this season, I got to like really like just let some things go that I can't control. Try. If it works, great. It doesn't work, great.
And that's
And
okay.
I see a lot of memes out there of the song Aaliyah said, "Dust yourself off and try
Try
again.
again.
Try again.
Period.
Just try again.
Period. She knew what she was talking
Don't
about
make
way
it bigger
back.
than it needs to be.
Don't.
Don't
Don't.
make it bigger than it needs to be. Dust yourself off and try
Try
again." I
again.
mean,
Yeah, I feel
mm,
like society. I feel like
right.
society has kind of like ingrained in us that we must do things in a
That
certain
way.
way. And if you don't do it that way, you are not successful. And
Hmm.
it's like, if I've learned anything within these past few years, it is that that is absolutely not true. We have seen so many people become successful through very unorthodox ways.
Ways.
And if I've learned anything, is that you can get it however. Like, it don't feel like you gotta go to school. Don't feel like you got to get a job. Don't feel like you gotta do this to become successful. And don't feel like you have to do it by a certain timeline too. And we kind of touched on that in the past, but like these are real things because I feel like many of us are stuck in this like hamster wheel where we feel like we have to check, do this
On a
in
certain
that
timeline.
order. And it's like,
Yeah.
no,
And I think it's
I
a very hurtful thing to do to yourself. Even myself, I do it to myself. And back then, I was very like, okay, I want kids, but I want my have my kids before I'm in my 30s. Look up, 33, babe, 33.
and
But but you know what? That's my timeline. It's no one else's timeline.
yeah,
That's mine. And
you put it on yourself. Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
I mean, I want certain things before that happens. I
And
want
that's
a
fine.
present person. I
Yeah.
want a present person. I want my ducks in a row. I want
Mm-hmm.
them completed. I don't want to just toss things out. I want to know. I want to know. I don't want to go in something like that blind. Also, I've made peace in this timeline too. If I have kids, great. If I don't, great. Because inner self needs to be okay. I can't continue to beat myself up on those things
No,
because,
not at
you
all.
know,
Not at all.
security and stability is really like the main thing for me.
I think everything you said, yes, yes, yes. In addition to that, I would just say, like, how can I say it? Be open to other possibilities. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, what do I mean by that? Okay, I would use myself as a perfect example. When I decided to make a career change, I didn't know what I was going to do next. I didn't have a quote unquote plan. I had an idea, had a concept, but I didn't have like concrete plans. I didn't have the backup thing ready. You know, most people will say like, okay, if you're gonna leave one opportunity, make sure you have another opportunity ready. I didn't have that. I didn't. That's a risk. Obviously, I'm not telling everybody to go do that same thing. No, but I'm just saying for me, I was like, you know what? I trust, I believe, and I know something's gonna come. And I still did wake up every day and like pursue something for sure. You know, I did other things, projects, like still kept that creative juice flowing. We still were doing this podcast. Like it was
I'm so
still
proud of us.
we are doing this. We
We
are
are
thick in this. We are now, we started in January of this year.
January.
So we're literally 11 months and we're just shy of 1 year. Pass on back to us because we've been consistent, baby. Consistent.
Yeah.
And the
Uh,
growth is real. I'm so proud of us. I love that for us. Hey, but like seriously, it's just because I dropped one thing didn't mean everything in my world stopped. There's still other things that I was like, I dropped that thing. I'm gonna pick up some other stuff. And over time, like cool opportunities have presented themselves and now I'm doing like something completely different I didn't think I would be doing, but it was like my dream. It's what I wanted to do. And like in addition to that, I'm going back to school and I'm finally getting my MBA. I've been wanting to do that for a while, just didn't know how, when, where, time, everything just was. And it's like everything just fell into place. So I'm just
I
saying that
agree.
because
I
I'm saying
agree.
like just
That,
because it
that
doesn't look
path,
like it right now doesn't mean it can't and it
right?
won't happen.
People, and myself included, I feel like, okay, this path must be the path I go. But a path doesn't always mean a straight line. It doesn't.
No,
The path
no.
has curves, it has bumps, it has, you know what I mean? It has all of,
Detours.
yes, all of that. It's
Yes,
like, you know, you're gonna figure it out as you go.
you will. I think
And,
that's the secret nobody tells us. That is the secret to life.
yeah,
Nobody knows what they're doing.
it's, it's all of these things are due in time. Everything happened for a reason. That didn't work. Okay, it's for a reason. I'm like, okay,
But yeah,
damn, damn. But let me get up and dust myself off, and I'm gonna try again. I'm
that's
going to
right.
try again.
Try again.
I'm gonna try again.
Try again.
I have to because
Yeah.
time keeps going. Time keeps going.
And
It's
like
just
the word try. Try. It's an attempt. It doesn't mean it will
fail.
necessarily that. It could
It
succeed,
means
it
to
could
try,
fail, but at least you tried. At least you attempted. You don't
and you
like
gotta
check out. You know what I mean?
like get
Yeah.
up and you do it again in a
Do it
different
again.
way.
Do it again.
You know. You
Do it
know,
again. Yeah. And
no.
I just feel like now that we're getting close to this end of the year, um, this is I feel like the perfect time to start thinking about what's next for you. What's next? And maybe you
Well, for
haven't
me,
figured it out yet. Maybe you don't know yet, but like start thinking about it. You know what I mean?
I'm like tapping into things I've thought of before, but I didn't entertain. And I'm like, let's open my mind. Let's maybe open these books. Let's see.
CC.
Let's see. I mean,
Yeah,
if I'm gonna bet on someone, let's bet on myself
please do.
that,
Please do. I'm doing that.
mm,
You know how scared I
like,
am to go back to school. Like I know, like I've always been a strong student. Don't get me wrong, but like it's been several years, and honestly, after you go into the workforce for a while, it becomes like a distant idea. It's like, yeah, well. But you have
that.
no real plan. And that's where I was operating from. And now it's like that's changed. This is
Now
real. And
I'm
it's
like,
like, I'm like,
I'm,
okay, I'm actually gonna do
that's what I'm
this.
doing. Yeah,
And it's
yeah.
scary. I mean, I would
It
never
is.
like sit here and lie to myself or to y'all. Like we gonna keep it transparent. We gonna keep it real and raw always. I'm gonna be like authentic. I'm afraid. I don't know what to expect,
It. You
but
know why? Because it is the unknown,
it is.
and
But it's a new chapter.
mm, that like, oh, I don't know.
Yeah,
Ugh.
yeah.
But
I
you
had a
need that. I think
balance.
that. I think you need that. I think instead of looking at it as a negative thing, we need to reframe. And it's like, I'm keeping my life exciting.
That's right.
I'm trying. I'm not sitting.
Right.
I'm trying.
That's right.
That there's so many people that don't try or don't have the support to try.
Yeah.
So like I said all the time, like our inbox is open. You want to talk? I'm here.
Yeah.
We're here to listen.
Hmm.
Because this is very real stuff, and I've talked to my, peers or people in my DMs. Like I feel that way in my 30s. Like I feel icky, but it's like you're not alone though.
No,
That's
not at all.
one thing. You gotta feel like you're not alone though.
Mm.
And we're gonna like navigate this journey of our 30s together, very
Hmm.
much together. You know?
30s is like it's just a new stepping stone, like
Oh yeah,
milestone. It's just a new like level, like okay, okay. I mean, there's no like blueprint or a specific way to do this thing. Yes, we have an idea of what we want to accomplish by a certain time and by a certain year or by a certain age range, but I don't know. I just feel like now that I'm here and I'm realizing that the things I thought I would have accomplished or have done by now, I haven't gotten there. I'm starting to give myself that grace and realize like the only person I'm competing against is it's me. It's nobody
me.
else. It is not
Mhm.
society. It is nobody else. It's not a competition, baby. It's not.
It's
My
really
life is my
honest.
life. Yours is
Um,
yours.
uh,
What
it's
I'm
you
doing
again.
is for me. What you're doing, that's for you.
It's you against you.
Yeah,
It's
like
you
do
against you.
do you.
It's you against
If
you.
other people don't understand it, they don't like it. God bless. I don't care. You know
Mm.
what I mean? A lot of the
Honestly,
decisions I've made
who are
were
you
like,
winning? Who are you winning for? You winning for you.
that's right.
Who are you doing this for at the end of the day? For you.
Only you have to live this life. And that's the thing too. Like, I don't know if other people be watching these shows, but like Love is Blind and things like that. I be into them. And like the
Me too.
recurring theme that comes up, because obviously if you don't know what Love is Blind is, it's like it's a TV, it's a Netflix show where people like go
Mhm.
on and they blindly date people without seeing them, and then later if they find someone that they're attracted to, that they grow or develop feelings for, then they'll finally meet in person and see if they want to marry that person, commit to that person. That's the concept of the show. So what happens later is like families are introduced and blah blah blah, and a lot of people's parents are like, why are you doing this? I don't understand, it don't make sense to me. They feel very like not supportive. And like I get it, because it is an odd concept. It is crazy.
Yeah.
It's a little bit crazy. I'm not
Mhm.
gonna lie. But at the end of the day, those couples, it's their life. It's their life.
You
Those two people have to deal with the marriage. They are in the marriage. It's nobody else. So like it's your decision. And
it's you.
I'm just
It's you too.
basically that. And I feel like the concept is the same. It's your life. You gotta live and suffer the consequences, or the rewards, whatever it is. It's your life, not your parents, not your grandparents, not your friends, not your partner. It's your life. You have
Mhm.
to lay down at night and be okay with where you are. And if you're not, then you need to figure out what you need so you can get to that place where you are okay. But like you talked about like negative self-talk earlier, and I feel like that's a big one too. Oftentimes it's that voice in our head that's so negative. It's
And
our
it's here,
own
and it's here.
thinking. It's
It's
our
here
own
and here.
thinking that makes things hard for us. It's not other people. Oftentimes it's not the people
It's
around
not.
you.
It's
It's not
it's
your
it's what you
family.
it's what you do to yourself. It's what you say to yourself. It's how you treat yourself. It's how you pour into yourself. All of that.
It's the
Someone else could be
recording you
like
play for yourself every day.
that,
Are
and it's
you
like
like saying I can't do it, or are you being negative and saying I can't, I can't, I can't? You create your own reality. What
period.
you say, that's what's gonna happen. If you
It's
say I
no
can't,
matter.
you will.
You're right. And no matter what someone else says, someone else could highlight you and say, "You're this, you're this."
But
But
if you
then
don't believe
inside,
it,
if you don't believe it, you're not gonna walk into it. You're not gonna lead into it. You're not gonna
pack it
step
up.
into it.
Pack it
You're
up.
gonna stay in that mind frame because you are stuck in it. And
You gotta
I
believe it.
do this to myself too. I do it, and I'm trying to like get
Mm-hmm.
out of it. And
Yeah,
yo, that's hard because
it
I'm going
is.
through it right now, real time. Yeah, it's hard.
It is. I
It is.
never want to like downplay it or minimize it or make it seem like it's nothing, because it is very real and it is very difficult. It is not easy to navigate this, to overcome this, to experience this. And what I mean is negative self-talk. It is very, very hard. It's very challenging. It is very real.
Mhm.
Okay. That voice that you hear, that inner voice, is very real. We live with it every
And
day and we've become used
it's in
to
your
it.
head.
And like, yeah. And sometimes you can confuse it and think that it's you, but really, no, it's negative self talk. So I'm encouraging you to not accept that and not to be and believe that. When you hear and feel those things and it's negative, nope, nope. Like you talk back to that voice, you let it know, not today.
I
We're not doing that
I
today.
don't got I don't have time for you today. I don't have the time for you
Go
today.
on now. Go on now. Like you gotta talk back to it. Like I know it sounds crazy and I know like it may feel weird, but these things are real
No,
and they do work. Like you hear it and you feel the real effects of that negative self-talk, then you gotta talk back. You gotta talk back
you
and
do.
speak positively,
You gotta
you
talk
know?
back.
Talk back, babe. Talk
Talk
back.
talk back.
Talk back.
Right. Be like, oh, I'm like,
Shh.
get out of here.
Not talking about
Mind
nothing.
your
Go on.
business. Why you
Go on.
here?
Why are you here?
Mind your business. Why you here? Yeah. Why
Go
you
on.
here?
Bye.
Bother someone else. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
No. And
Yeah.
you will find that you have to like do it over and over and over and over and over and over again. And that's okay too, you know? But I think for
Until
me,
you
one
believe that.
thing, there you go. And one thing, and I say this from experience. I'm not saying this because it's a concept that I heard and I read about in an article. No, babe, I'm telling you from experience. This is something that I actually practice. I think we all are like victims of negative self-talk. These are real
Oh
things
yeah.
that embedded in us. Um, but one thing I have learned and really embodied from the rest of my life and for a while is I decided one day, I can't tell you when, but it was a few years ago. I was around COVID maybe. I decided, I don't know why, but I just decided I'm going to win.
Hmm.
I'm going to win. There's nothing that's going to stop me from winning. Winning as in being successful, as in accomplishing the things I want to do. I will. I believe that. I accept that. I claim that.
Claim.
I can't fail.
You
I
own it.
have
You
accepted
own it.
that, like, that's it. Like, I can't fail. So even when I'm faced with situations where it doesn't look good, I still have that subconscious belief and thing that's like driving me. It's like, even though I know this doesn't look good right now, I absolutely can't fail. I won't fail. It will work for me no matter what. And when you like operate from that mindset, you literally can't and won't fail. And I
Right.
don't. I literally don't. I don't fail. There's no failing in my life. You know?
Right.
Like ever since I guess adopted is a better word. I adopted, and so I'm just encouraging you, like whatever it is you need to feel empowered, to feel like you can and you will, whatever that is, like that affirmation or affirmations with an S, whatever those are, like seriously adopt those, believe them, be firm in them, and you will see it come to reality. Yeah. Yeah.